Hey everyone, this is Pruthvi Ravindranath. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to dive into the world of personal finance and discuss a topic which is essential for your financial success, and that is budgeting. Whether you're going for a big purchase like a house, car, etc., or just want to get out of debts, or you just want to be better with your finances, there is one step forward what you need to take, and that is budgeting. Budgeting is essential to achieve all your financial goals, and it becomes one of the most important first step to take. So in today's video, let us understand a strategy which has worked really well for me, and that budgeting strategy is called zero budgeting method. Okay, and in this video today, let us understand what is zero budgeting and how does it work. So let's get started. Before we delve into how this budgeting method works, let us understand what is zero budgeting method. There are a lot of traditional budgeting methods like 50-30-20 rule, wherein you allocate a specific percentage of your income for a specific purpose. For example, in this 50-30-20 rule, 50% of your income is earmarked for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. But this strategy is very generic in nature and doesn't hold good for all the age categories. And that is when I stumbled upon this amazing strategy called amazing, simple, and effective strategy called zero budgeting method. What is zero budgeting method? In this method, we allocate a specific purpose for each rupee you earn. Okay, you give a specific purpose for each rupee you earn, and why it is called zero budgeting method. Here, the income minus the sum of all the outgoing categories should be equal to zero. That means every penny of your income has given a proper purpose. Okay, so that is why it is called zero budgeting method. And zero budgeting method is all about giving a specific purpose for each rupee. Let us understand this. So now let us understand the steps on how to execute this budgeting method. The first step in zero based budgeting is calculating all your incomes. And here, income means the income what hits your bank account and not the gross income. So, income might include your salary, your business income, your side hustle income, your rental income. Everything included becomes the net income of the month. Make sure you add your spouse's income also, because it's always better to work as a team rather than working individually on a budget. So all your income and all your spouse's income becomes the income for the month, and this is the income what we need to work with. And here, for each rupee of your income needs to be given a specific purpose, and that is the next step. The second step is calculating all your expenses. And here we need to categorize each expenses. For this, the reference point might be your previous balance sheets. Okay. So in my method, I categorize my expenses into 4 parts. One is pay yourself first. That is what I need to save for the month or what I need to invest for the month. The second part is called the four spokes of the expense vehicle, the four important expenses of the complete expense vehicle. The next part is called the next essentials, and the last part is called the pay last category. In the first part, I know how much I need to save for the month, and I put it aside. The second part, the four spokes of expenses. Here, I make sure I give allocations for these four categories. That is food, utilities, transportation, and rent. No matter what, these has have to be addressed, and this becomes very important. For this is the second priority for me. I allocate a percentage. I from my past experience, I put a number for each category. Okay, I put a number for each category. Next comes the next essentials. For example, your insurance premiums, your childcare expenses, your healthcare expenses, or your loan repayment, your loan EMIs, everything comes the next essentials, which is also important, but it takes the third priority. And last priority is you want to pay last category, wherein you do expenses for dining out, entertainment, you go shopping, everything comes into last category. So here you have four huge categories. In that huge four categories, you will have subcategories again. Okay, so pay first category, your savings and investments, your uh, four spokes of expenses: food, utilities, transportation, and rent. The next essentials were in healthcare, loan repayment, um, insurance premiums, etc. And pay last category, you're dining out, entertainment, and clothings, etc. So you make a list of all the expenses per month and give a number for each category. So this is the second step. So before we go to the next step, the first step, what we did, we calculated all our income. Second step, what we did, we calculated all our expenses. Now it's a balancing act. The income minus expenses should be zero. Okay. So there are three possibilities here. What will happen? Income minus expenses might be zero. You have done a great job here. If it is zero, you have done a great job. So your budgeting plan is ready to take off. But this seldom happens. Here, income minus expenses might be positive, the second option. If it is positive, then the three things what you can do. One is you can, if you have loans, you can do more debt repayment and try to clear off loans. Second, you can allocate this for saving for your goals and invest towards your goals. Third, if you think the debt repayment is addressed and the investments are addressed properly, then you can use this money for guilt-free spending and you can put it in pay last category. Okay. The third option, which many families will face, is income minus expenses will be negative. And then it is time to work on your budget plan a proper way. Make sure, check your pay last category, whether you're making more expenses there. Then you have to cut down your expenses. You have to reduce your expenses here. Okay. And if that is the, if then also it is not reducing, then you have to cut down your savings and investment category also, because the needs and essentials are more important, without which the daily life will not run. Okay, so the three options, I minus E, that is income minus expenses, might be zero. Great job. If income minus expenses is positive, great job. You can do some guilt-free spending, or you can pace up your investments towards your goals. Okay, third option, income minus expense negative. You need to work on your budget plan proper way. You need to reduce your pay last category or savings and investment category. Okay, so this is the third step, the balancing act. So congratulations, have prepared a budget plan for the month. Now is the most important thing, that is tracking your expenses every single day, all 30 days in a month. Okay, so make sure you bring your accountability partner, your spouse. If you're not married, you can bring your sister, your brother, your mother, or your father to be your accountability partner, and you start tracking your expenses every single day. Okay, so what I do is every day 9 p.m. I've set up alarm clock. Alarm is named as the budget update alarm. 9 p.m. I get an alarm and I make sure, or I update all my expenses of the day in my Google Sheet. Yep. So this is a step what I follow. So this is one of the most important step, because this will make or break your budget. Okay. So the first step is all about, the first three steps is all about planning. The fourth step is all about doing it, executing it. So it becomes very important to execute that step every day till last day of the month. So now, once you have tracked all your expenses for last 30 days, now we need to analyze what has went right, what has went not so right, and what can be improved. So analyze your income minus expenses, where you have spent more than the allocated amount for the category, uh, where you have reduced consumption. Analyze all these things, and using this data, using this as the foundation, prepare the next month's data. Okay, while preparing the next month's data, while preparing next month's budget, make sure you consider if there are any important days to be considered. For example, your mother's birthday, your spouse's birthday, your parents anniversary, a festival is coming up. You have to allocate some expenses for these things. So monthly budgeting is more important. You can't do annual budgeting. Monthly budget works well in zero budgeting method. So, okay, so this is some steps what you need to take in analyzing your existing budget and planning for the next month budget. Okay, this is the last step. So this is the end of zero-based budgeting. I want to share my 2 cents on budgeting. What does this budgeting is very empowering in nature. Budgeting helps you to regain control over your finances, which does that you understand where your money is going rather than wondering and getting confused where your money went. Okay. Many believe that budgeting is boring, budgeting is a restriction, but actually, when you are doing it in a right way, it actually is it's a gamified version of how you manage your finances. And it's not a restriction, it empowers you to spend your money very diligently in a right manner. So zero based budgeting is a method to look forward to and adopt it. And if you like this approach, share your learnings from the strategy in the comments below. And if you like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that I can share a lot many personal finance and investing videos with you. So saying this, thanks for watching this video and happy budgeting.